Hey everybody, iOS 17 is on its way and it's going to bring a bunch of changes to the iMessage application, and some of them are pretty cool. So in this video, we're going to take a look at what those changes are. Now, one of the first things you're going to notice in this application is that when we tap down on the bottom here, you notice we've got this little plus icon. We used to have a camera and we used to have our emojis and that type of stuff. Now we've got this plus icon. That's going to pop up a new menu. And I'm a little on the fence about this because it seems to be an extra tap that I really didn't need, but everything is now located conveniently under this menu system. So obviously we've got our camera, so we can take a photo, send that. We can go to our photo library, grab a photo rather, send that. We can attach a sticker. You'll notice emojis doesn't appear because they're now branded under stickers. We'll get to that in a second. We can send an audio message. We can send our location. And if we swipe up, you could see any other applications that may allow us to add something to a message. So let's just swipe back down. And I'm not going to go through camera. I'm not going to go through photos. They're pretty obvious what they do. I'm going to tap on stickers because under stickers, you'll see we've got our emojis there. So the one thing I'm not a fan of is it now takes a little bit longer for us to get to this same spot, and sending an emoji is such a common thing. Not a real big fan of that. So that just seems to take a little longer. The upside now is that obviously when we highlight a message, we've got their little pop-up of, a bunch of common responses. The thing I like here though, is I can now grab an emoji and place it anywhere on any message. So let's just grab this one here. I'm going to bring it up here and I'm just going to place it in the middle. And there it is. So that's pretty cool. That's something that we couldn't do in earlier versions of iOS, but we can also now add stickers. Now, obviously we don't have any stickers here and we can create a new one from here. Alternatively, we can just go to the Photos app. We'll find a photo. There's a photo of me attempting to fly a drone. And if I just tap and hold my finger over the subject, in this case me, you'll notice I get this white outline because AI is obviously trying to separate me from the background. Now I'll get the pop-up message. I can copy this image. I can add a sticker or I can share it. Let's add a sticker. Okay, there I appear here. I've got two options now. Delete it if I don't like it, or add an effect. Let's add an effect. So there's the original. We can add an outline, which obviously produces a white outline around that sticker. We can make it a comic one. That looks pretty cool. We can make it puffy, which is kind of odd, and shiny as well. Let's make it, let's go with comic on this one. I'm going to click done. So that's added to my sticker library. So let's go back to our messages and click the plus, click stickers. There's my sticker. So I can now grab this and just drop that anywhere I like. So how about that? That's pretty cool. Now, another thing that we can do, I did a video a while back about using inline replies on an iMessage thread. And what that enabled you to do, sometimes you'll have several conversations going at once. I might be asking my wife, oh, are you coming home at dinner time? And then I might be also asking, oh, did you run that errand? And so sometimes when I've got these two conversations going, it can be difficult to understand which is she replying to. So an inline reply enables you to separate, if you like, out those answers or responses to anything that maybe she's said. Now, back in the other versions, what we would have to do is we would hold our finger down on the text message. So I'll do that here. We get an option here to hit reply. And what that does is that separates this message from everything else. And when I reply to this, it will sort of attach it to this, and that will be an inline reply. In iOS 17, we can just swipe from left to right and we get the same thing. So just a little bit easier. You don't have to long press on it. Kind of like that feature. Now, another thing that's pretty cool about this is a safety thing. And I've said it before with iOS 17 and a couple of other videos that Apple is really, really good when it comes to privacy and safety, particularly of minors. In this case, we've got a little option here. We click plus. We can click location. We can, of course, send location. We could do that in the past. But one other thing that we can do if we scroll down, we've got an option here to check in. So what this enables us to do is give a loved one or someone that cares about us, obviously, a bit of a notification of where we're headed, when we expect to get there, and what happens if we don't. So this is pretty cool. So it says here, let your friend know you've arrived when you check in. So let's hit continue. Now it says here, iPhone's going to keep up with your progress. So if you aren't heading in the direction you said you're going to head in, then it's going to prompt you. And if you don't respond, it's going to send something to the person that you're checking in with, which is good. Let's click continue. And we get the option here to choose the data we're going to share with the person we're checking in with if we don't arrive as expected. Excuse my voice. So we've got limited and we've got full. So the limited option gives us the ability to share our current location, important, details about our battery and our network signal for our iPhone and our watch. And the full option also tells us the last time the iPhone was unlocked and if we've removed our watch. So again, so if we just go to show example, so we don't actually have to set this up right now, you've got the example data of what limited would look like. So we'll get our iPhone last unlocked 20 minutes ago, for example, and the Apple Watch was removed. If we click full, in this example, we're going to get the location of where we've been, what we've done, and you can see here that the phone was unlocked. You can also see here that the watch was removed, and that's brilliant. Now, of course, you don't have to use this feature, but if you're a parent, and I am, then that's something that I would really want my kids to use because, hey, I want to know that they're safe. So fantastic feature. That is new to iOS 17. Now, there's also another feature which I can't actually demonstrate right now because I don't have any group messages. But if you have a group message and obviously people are sending things back and forth and you haven't caught up with that, there is an option where now when you go back to that group message, iMessage is going to shoot you right up to the point in that message where you'd last read. So you can catch up with the things that have happened in that message. Now, another feature that's pretty cool as well is if I do use the button down here to tap and hold and record an audio message, if the recipient has iOS 17 as well, then what the iPhone will do is it'll transcribe my message so that they can just simply read it. Now, also being a YouTuber, one of the things I like is being able to send people links to a video I might have done because I get a lot of friends and family who come to me and say, oh, how do I fix this? And I go, I've already done a video. So why don't you go and watch that? So if I swipe down here, you can see I've got YouTube. All right, there's one of the videos that I've done on how to remove Bing from Windows 11 Start. Quite a popular video, it seems. Let's tap on that. And it's that simple. I don't have to go into the YouTube app itself and now find it, share or copy the link to it, paste it in. I could just find it directly from within iMessage. And again, I could just go and add my sticker. Simple as that. Oh, and there is one other thing that I've noticed they've done here in iOS 17. And that's when you get the verification code sent to you from people like Microsoft. You know, when you go to log into something and it sends you maybe a 6-digit code to your phone, and your phone is just like littered with these things nowadays. So if we go to settings, we'll scroll down, we'll select passwords, password options, and we've got an option here which is selected by default, and that's to clean up automatically any of the verification codes that we get from mail as well as messages. So that's a pretty cool thing. I like that because, again, I have literally dozens of those things that pop up all the time. So deleting those after I've used it is a pretty cool idea. All right, well, that's just a couple of the changes that have happened in iMessage in iOS 17. Now, again, this is beta code at the moment, so it may be subject to change, but it works great. I love the stickers. I do like the fact that we can now place these things anywhere. That's pretty cool, and something we weren't really able to do in the past. Not quite sure that I like the fact that there seems to be extra taps, but everything is conveniently located in the one spot. So let me know what you think. Do you like the changes? Do you hate the changes? Or maybe you just don't have an opinion on it just yet and you're waiting for the final code. Either way, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we're going to see you back here for another video. Have a fantastic day.